Well, you've always been a big advocate to hire more minorities, women and African Americans and other minorities. How do you think the city's coming? Of course, I wrote a blog here not long ago where a citizen is very critical of the process because he didn't think it was an efficient use of city money. Do you have a response to that at all?
Ferguson? I mean, did I say more? I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's easy to say, just post an ad and hire the best person available. The problem is we represent a community that does have diversity, and our safety forces and our entire city personnel should reflect that community. I ran on that, and I've done everything I can to live up to that. But I will tell you that if you do not have diversity that reflects your community, you are waiting for a major problem to happen. And quite frankly, we've got to make sure that we're very aware of what the mixes are and what we can do to do that. Now, that being said, just because we might all agree that we want to have diversity in our police and fire and city employees and cabinet and wherever else we want to put them, the policemen particularly and the firemen exactly the same, they are hired off a civil service list. Tests are taken, you have to hire from the top down, those are the people you get to choose from. And so my concern isn't about, am I hiring a minority? My concern is making sure that those lists that I have to pull from have a range of diversity on them so that as we're looking for the best people, I have choices that include diversity. If they're not the best people, we're not hiring them. But I can tell you that we've had for many years where every name on a list was a white male. And therefore, I have no option to look for diversity because I'm, by law, forced to hire off the list. So our emphasis are about attracting more people to take the test, about preparing more people for the test and getting them ready and getting them some background and firsthand exposure and experience to whether or not they want to be a policeman or a fireman, and then encouraging them to come in and take the test. And what we're seeing is there's more and more, I don't want to say minorities because I say diversity, because women, African American, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. As we look for a diversified pool, we're encouraging more and more people to take the test. And when more people take the test, the results create a diverse list, which is why in April, when I did my hiring, out of the 35 people that we hired in the police and fire department, 10 of the 35 were non-white males. That's the biggest mix of diversity that we've had since affirmative action in the 80s.
Would you then say that whatever the expenditures have been worthwhile in your endeavor to have that wider base of potential hires?
I would say that if we're not successful bringing diversity to the community, then we're going to spend more money because there is, in my view, there is no minimum dollar amount that we should worry about when we're trying to bring diversity to our community. And I'll stand by that. If the voters aren't satisfied with that, I'm fine with that. That's my position, and quite frankly, I'm not going to bend on it.